You're probably a little bit too cool, but do come up to the Hot House. I'm Momus, I'm in the Hot House, and I'm going to be talking and performing some music. Momus is the personality I chose to become when I was like 25. And you're born, your parents give you a name, you go through the sausage factory of socialization, education, all that stuff, and then you come out at the end of that tunnel and you say, well, who am I going to be? What am I going to do with my life? I decided to become Momus. Momus is, based on the Greek god of mockery and laughter, criticism. So Momus is this weird critical missile that just sort of circles the globe and occasionally pops over things it disapproves of, or laughs at things, or takes photographs of things and presents those on Momus records. I have a history, especially in Britain. I'm seen as some sort of Pet Shop Boys lookalike, also ran from the 80s, I don't know, but basically I've been doing I think more interesting work in the 90s, but it's been mostly received in Japan. It's known in Japan, stuff I've written and produced for Kahimi Kari. I've been living in France for a lot of the 90s, and so Britain is kind of rediscovering me. The US is nice because I'm like a new artist here. I've only had 3 albums domestically released on Le Grand Magistry, so it's kind of it's a new thing, and I'm lucky in that I have this almost perpetual life, because when my career starts to take a nosedive in one territory, I move on to the other. So it was Britain in the 80s, it's Japan in the 90s, and now it's for the noughties or whatever we're going to call them, I think it's the US. The kind of person who wants a Momus song about them is a weird paradox, really, because it's a desperately shy, self-promoting, publicity-seeking person, somebody who wants to live forever but is a little bit too shy to kind of go on the Broadway stage or become a Hollywood actor or something. So they just send off $1,000 to this weird post office box address, and they get a song on the next Momus record. In a sense, I'm a kind of professional image maker for these people. I'm kind of giving my services the same way a hairdresser would or an advertising man would, and I'm just sprucing them up, sort of fluffing the hair a little bit, making it, what I think is trendy or interesting. Well, I knew nothing about the people who applied, so I had to base the songs on 1,000-word descriptions, which they sent by email, or they sent a web address if they had one, or a digital photograph. So they could have been lying. I think some of them were lying. I haven't met a lot of them to this day. I kind of like the idea of people who are fabulously self-inventive and who kind of come up with amusing alter egos. So maybe I'm actually singing about fake people, internet identities, avatars. I think the pop music world is in for a bit of a fragmentation, and I think that's a really good thing. And it's all partly to do with the internet, with customization, with new distribution channels for music and all that stuff. And I think I'm really eager for that new world to come along, because I really approve of people having very culty little artists. I think cult artists are the most interesting ones, which are really honed to your particular way of thinking about the world.